This morning, the city of South Euclid working to make some development changes.
City leaders are working to limit the amount of fast food drive-thrus and what the city is classifying as small box discount retail stores. We're talking about places like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and Family Dollar.
News 5's Bryn Caswell joins us live in South Euclid with more about the city's overall goal of new development restrictions. Good morning, Bryn.
Good morning. Right now,
the Planning and Development Director for the city of South Euclid, Michael Love.
Okay, let's start that over. So I'm here off of Mayfield Road. There's a number of local businesses. There's a lot of drive-thrus. There's an RTA bus route and dollar-related stores that surround this immediate area. Now it's quiet right now because it's early in the morning, but throughout this day, it gets really busy around here. And the city of Euclid officials say they wanted this area to be a family-friendly area that's very walkable, and it is not turning into that. So they're working to make some changes.
The Planning and Development Director for the city of South Euclid, Michael Love, wants to see South Euclid grow to its full potential. Love says the city is finally rebounding since the 2008 housing crisis. More want to make South Euclid home again.
We went from being a very cold housing market to now a very hot housing market. Nothing sits, everything sells very quickly.
With more families moving in, Love wants to see stores and shopping areas reflect those changes.
We always have prided ourselves in being a very walkable community. You know, pretty much 99% of streets in South Euclid have public sidewalks. So, you know, we want people to be able to walk. We want people to be able to bike.
To help achieve this, 2 pieces of legislation were introduced to City Council that are now under review by the Planning Commission. First piece of legislation would ban restaurant drive-thrus within the city's Mayfield Green and Cedar Center North districts. Other businesses with drive-thrus like banks and pharmacies would be excluded from the ban. However, current food-focused drive-thrus would be grandfathered in. For example, drive-thrus like McDonald's, Mr. Chicken, and Starbucks in the Mayfield Green District would stay open.
The drive-through restaurant, you know, discourages everything that we want to see in those districts. It doesn't encourage people to be walking. It doesn't encourage pedestrian-friendly development. So that's really the reason why in those 2 districts we're looking not to have drive-thrus.
South Euclid resident of 15 years, Pam Jones, agrees with the possibility of the drive-thru ban. She says South Green and Mayfield roads get too congested.
There's a problem coming in through because of the traffic and how they have the drive-thru set up. Also with the chicken place.
The second piece of legislation would limit small box discount retail stores, like dollar stores. Love says they've attracted too much crime over the years. The new legislation would also require those stores to not be within 1,000 feet of each other.
Not saying they can't be here, but regulating them to limit how many there are. Because one trend that we're seeing, similar to what happened with the drugstores back in like the early 2000s, now you see that with the dollar stores where they try to be on every single corner. So that's one thing we're trying to prevent.
Jones disagrees with that piece of legislation.
I would hope they would not do that because dollar stores are very feasible for people that don't have a lot of money. They can get a lot of goods. I won't say really quality goods, but they can get a lot of things that's worthwhile, that's appeasing to them.
Under the 2 pieces of proposed legislation, drive-thrus and dollar stores wanting to open in other parts of the city would need a conditional use permit granted by the Planning Commission and City Council.
We want to make sure that our zoning code is in place that encourages the type of development we want to see.
now after the Planning Commission reviews these pieces of legislation, it will go to City Council where they will make recommendations, and from there will be a public hearing before it's voted on. So Tiffany and Mike, there may be some changes made to this. That's what was already written up, but we'll continue to monitor this story.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Thanks, Brent.